Chapter 10. At the same time the Lord said to me, Make yourself 2 tablets of stone like the first ones, and come to me on the mountain, and make yourself an ark of wood, and I will write on the tablets the words that were on the first tablets, that you broke, and you shall put them in the ark. And I made an ark of wood of shittim, and cut 2 tablets of stone like the first tablets. I went to the mountain with the 2 tablets in my hand. Then I wrote on the tablets according to the first scripture, the 10 commandments that the Lord gave you on the mountain from the mouth of the fire on the day of the meeting. And the Lord gave them to me. And I went away, and I came down from the mountain, put the tablets in the ark that I had made, and there they stand, as the Lord commanded me. The children of Israel made their journey from Beerot of the sons of Jachan to Masarai, where Aaron died and was buried, and Eleazar his son became a priest in his place. From there they departed to Gudgoddai, from Gudgoddai to Jobat, a land of running waters. At the same time the Lord separated the tribe of Levi, so that they might carry the ark of the Lord's covenant and stand before the Lord to serve them, and bless his name to this day. Therefore the Levi has no part, no inheritance with his brethren, for the Lord is his inheritance, as the Lord your God has promised him. And I stood in the mount, as I did in the first time, 14 days and 14 nights, and the Lord heard me even then, and the Lord would not destroy you. But the Lord said to me, Arise, go forth before the people, that they may enter and possess the land which I had sworn to their fathers to give them. Now Israel, what does the Lord your God require of you? But to fear the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways, to love him, and to serve the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, to observe the Lord's commands and his regulations, which I have recommended to you today, for your welfare. Well, the heaven of heavens is the Lord your God, and the earth will all that it contains. However, the Lord has said it is the light in your fathers to appreciate them, and has chosen their descendants after them, and also for you with respect to all peoples, as it appears today. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart, and harden not your neck any more. For the Lord your God is God of gods, and Lord of your lords, a great, mighty, and terrible God, who does not accept people or rewards, who does justice to the fatherless and the widow, and welcomes the stranger, giving him food and drink. Welcome therefore the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. You shall fear the Lord your God, you shall serve him and be faithful to him, and swear by his name. He is your praise, and he is your God, who has done for you these great and terrible things that your eyes have seen. Your fathers went down to Egypt with 70 people, while now the Lord your God has made you like the stars of heaven in great numbers. Chapter 11. Therefore you shall love the Lord your God and observe what he has commanded you to observe, that is, his decrees, his laws, and his commands, always. And consider today, for I do not speak to your children who have not known nor seen the chastisement of the Lord your God, his greatness, his mighty hand, and his outstretched arm, his signs and his deeds, which he did in the midst of Egypt against Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and against all his land, and what he did to the army of the Egyptians, and to their horses and to their chariots, when he caused the waters of the Red Sea to overflow, as they pursued you, and the Lord destroyed them to this day. And what he did to you in the wilderness until you came to this place, and what he did to the Dathan and to Abiram, the sons of Eliab, the sons of Reuben, when the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them up with their houses and their tents and all their possessions that they had in the midst of all Israel. For your eyes have seen all the great deeds of the Lord that he has done. Therefore observe all the commands I have given you today, that you may be strong and may enter its possession of the land where you are going to possess it, that you may prolong your days in the land which the Lord swore to your fathers to give them to them and to their seed, that is, a land flowing with milk and honey. For the land where you are going to possess it is not like the land of Egypt, from whence you came, where you sowed your seed and watered it with your feet like a garden of herbs. But the land where you are going to possess it is a land of mountains and valleys, drinking water from the rains of heaven. The Lord your God carries for this land. The desires of the Lord your God are always upon it, from the beginning of the year until the end of the year. Therefore you will listen to my commands, which I have communicated to you today, to love the Lord your God, and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul. I will give you your country, rain in due season, the first and the last, that you may reap your grain, your wine, and your oil. I will also send grain into your fields, for your cattle, that you may eat and have enough. But be aware of deceiving your heart and turning away to serve other gods and worship them. And so the anger of the Lord will kindle against you and close the land, so that there will be no rain, and your land will not bear fruit. And I will quickly perish from the good land that the Lord has given you. Therefore fix these words of mine in your heart and in your soul, and bind them as a sign upon your hand, that they may be as a frontlet between your eyes, and you shall teach them to your children, speaking them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. You shall write them on the posts of your house and on your doors, that your days, the days of your children, may be multiplied in the land which the Lord swore to give to your fathers, as long as the heavens are upon the earth. For if you diligently observe all these commands that I command you to do, that is, that to love the Lord your God, to walk in all his prescriptions, and to be faithful to him, then the Lord will drive out all these nations before you, and you will possess great nations, and more powerful than you. All the places where you shall tread the soles of your feet shall be yours. Your coast shall be from the wilderness of Lebanon, from the river and the river of Farad to the uttermost sea. No one shall be able to oppose you, for the Lord your God shall have fear and awe for you over all the land which you shall pass through. As he said to you, behold, I set before you today a blessing and a curse. The blessing if you obey the commands of the Lord your God that I command you today, and the curse if you will not obey the commands of the Lord your God, but will depart from the way that I commanded you today, to go after the gods whom you do not know. Therefore, when the Lord your God has brought you into your land, where you are going to possess it, then you shall place the blessing on Mount Gerizim, and the curse on Mount Ebal. Are they not beyond Jordan on that side, where the sun sets, in the land of the Canaanites, who dwell in the plain opposite Gilgal, beside the group of Moreh? For you shall pass over Jordan, to go in and possess the land which the Lord your God grants you. You shall possess it and dwell in it. Take care, therefore, to observe all the commands and laws that I have set before you today. Chapter 12. These are the rules and the laws that you shall observe and keep in the land, which the Lord of the God of your fathers grants you to possess. As long as you live on the earth, you shall destroy all the places where the nations you possess have preserved their gods, on the mountains and hills, and under every great tree. You shall also level their altars. You shall break down their pillars and bury their pillars with fire. You shall break down the images of their gods and abolish their names from that place. You shall not do so in regard to the Lord your God, but you shall see the place which the Lord your God shall choose out of all of your tribes, to put his name there, and to dwell there. And there you shall come, and you shall bring there your burnt offerings, your sacrifices, your tithes, the offerings of your hands, and your vows, your free offerings, and the firstborn of your animals and your sheep. There you shall eat before the Lord your God, and you shall make up for yourselves in everything you put your hands to, both you and your houses, for the Lord your God has blessed you. You shall not do the things that were there do here you shall not do the things that we do here as we do today. That is, let each one do what seems good in his own eyes. For you have not yet come to the rest and the inheritance which the Lord your God has granted you. But when you have come out of Jordan and dwell in the land that the Lord your God has given you as an inheritance, and when he has given you rest from all your enemies that surround you, and you will dwell in safety, when there shall be a place which the Lord your God has chosen for you to dwell in, you shall bring in all that I have commanded you, your burnt offerings, your sacrifices, your tithes, the fruits of your hands, and all your special vows which you make to the Lord, and you shall be reconciled before the Lord your God, you and your sons and your daughters, and your servants and your maidens, and the Leviathan that is within your gates, for he had no part, no inheritance with you. Take care that you do not offer your offspring burnt in every place that you see, but at the place which the Lord shall choose in one of your tribes, there you shall offer your sacrifices, and there you shall do all that I have commanded you. Nevertheless, you may kill and eat meat in all your gates, which your heart desires, according to the blessings of the Lord your God, who has granted you both unclean and clean meat may eat of it, as of the deer and of the roebuck. Only you shall not eat the blood, but you shall sprinkle it on the earth like water. You shall not eat within your gates the tithe of your grain, nor of your wine, nor of your oil, nor of the firstborn of your animals, nor of your sheep, nor of your vows, nor of your free offerings, nor of the offerings of your hands, but thou shalt eat it before the Lord thy God in the place which the Lord thy God shall choose, thou and thy sons and thy daughter, and thy manservant and thy maidservant, and the Leviathan that is within thy gates, and thou shalt make up before the Lord thy God in all that thou shalt set thy hand to. Take heed that thou forsake not the Leviathan as long as thou livest on the earth. And when the Lord your God enlarges your borders as he has promised you, and you say, I will eat meat, for your heart desires to eat meat, you may eat meat, what your heart desires. If the place which the Lord your God has chosen to put his name there is far from you, then you shall kill your cows and your sheep which the Lord has given you, as I have commanded you. And you shall eat in your gates what your heart desires. As the roe deer and the deer are eaten, so shalt thou eat them also. The unclean and the clean shall eat of them alike. But be sure that you do not eat the blood, for blood is life, and you cannot eat life with flesh. Therefore you shall not eat it, but you shall sprinkle it on the earth like water. You shall not eat it, that it may be good for you and for your children after you, when you do what is right in the eyes of the Lord. But thy holy things which thou hast, and thy vows shalt take, and thou shalt come to the place which the Lord chooseth. You shall make your burnt offerings of flesh and blood on the altar of the Lord your God. The blood of your offerings shall be poured out on the altar of the Lord your God, and you shall eat the flesh. Hear and heed all these words that I have spoken to you, that it may go well with you and with your children after you forever, when you do what is good and right in the sight of the Lord your God. When the Lord your God destroys the nations before you, where you go to possess them, and you will possess them and dwell in their land, beware of being snared by them, after they have been destroyed before you, and of asking their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods, that I should do likewise? You shall not do so towards the Lord your God, for they have done to their gods an abomination which the Lord detests, for they have burned with their sons their daughters to their gods. Therefore, whatever I commanded you, see that you do it. You shall put on nothing and take off nothing. Chapter 13. If there arises among you a prophet, or a dreamer of dreams, and he gives you a sign or a prodigy, and the sign and prodigy which he has told you come true, saying, go after other gods whom you do not know, and serve them, you shall not heed the words of the prophet or the dreamer of dreams. For the Lord your God is testing you to know whether you love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. You shall walk after the Lord your God and fear him. Keep his commands and listen to him. Listen to his word and serve him and be faithful to him. But that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be killed, because he has spoken to turn you away from the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt and delivered you from the house of cattle, to push you out of the way for which the Lord your God has commanded you to walk. If your brother, your mother's son, or your own son, or your daughter, or the wife who lies in your bosom, or your friend who is like your own soul, secretly intrigues you, saying, go and serve other gods, whom you have not known, neither you, I say, nor your fathers, any of the gods of the peoples around you, whether near you or far away from you, from one end of the earth to the other, thou shalt not hearken unto him, nor shall thine eye behold him, nor shalt thou give him credit, nor shalt thou keep him hid, but thou shalt kill him. Thy hand shall first be upon him to put him to death, and then the hand of all the people. Thou shalt stone him with stones, that he may die, because he sought to turn thee away from the Lord thy God, who brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, that all Israel may hear and fear, and do no more such wickedness among you. If you hear it said concerning any of the cities which the Lord your God has given you to dwell in, wicked men have gone out from among you and dragged away the inhabitants of their cities, saying, go and serve other gods whom you do not know, then you shall see and search and investigate diligently, and if it is true, and the thing is certain, that such abomination has been done in your midst, you shall kill the inhabitants of that city with the edge of the sword. You shall destroy the city, all that is in it, and its livestock with the edge of the sword. You shall gather all its stuff in the midst of its streets. You shall burn the city and all its stuff in every part of with fire. For the Lord your God's sake, it shall be a heap forever, and it shall not be rebuilt. And nothing of this damned thing shall be remain in your hand, that the Lord may turn away the fire of his wrath, and give you credit, and have compassion on you, and multiply you, as he swore to your fathers, when thou hast obeyed the will of the Lord thy God, and hast observed all his commands which I commanded thee this day, that thou mayest do that which is right in the sight of the Lord thy God.